Oh, look at my ethereal lighting. It's Friday and it's quite exciting. For Coronaoke, got ethereal lightning. Gonna sit in this chair and talk to you from the hills of Beverly Shire. It's what I do. It's Friday and it's quite exciting. Got a lovely ethereal lighting. Hey, what up in the house? Posh Ron Battle Rapper with the ethereal lighting. Hey, comment section time.
Comment section, your comment section. Have some deeply held beliefs that need protection. Comment section, your comment section. No subtlety, no nuance, no need for reflection. In your comment section, your comment section. I type what I type and then I get an erection. In your comment section, comment section. Talk like me, cause I have perfection. I disagree completely with whatever you're stating. I've got my phone plugged in and I'm patiently waiting. I'm going to talk about you because I have my suspicions. I talked about me and no L-O-L-A-M-O. Well, only was adorable. Ran about freak animal. A sweet animal. L-O-L-A-M-O. Take a mind so beautiful and so unusual, then accuse you all. L-O-L-A-M-O. Your comment section, your comment section. I have a few choice words, and here's a selection. In your comment section, your comment section. I'm a fan of K-pop on One Direction. My need to be offended is immensely immense, so give me some content, you know it makes sense. I'm tagging all my friends, she'll be here shortly. She listens to Dido and she's kinda portly. Well, I'm just adorable. Animal, freak animal. A sweet animal.
Yes! L-O-L-A-M-O. It's Coronaoke live from the hills of Beverly Shire, 90210. That was the comment section. Guys, how's my internet today? Which of course means, how am I looking? No, but how is your, how is my internet? Is my internet connection good? Could you let me know? Phil from Stoke says thumbs up. Hello from Parma. Ciao Italia. Molto bene. Hi Rob, how are you? Much better, says Shelley Shelker. JJ Mo says, hi Bobster. Everybody's giving me a thumbs up. Absolute legend in Rio Ferdinand. Don't understand that, ufology, UK, but then again, I've just woke up, not understanding much. Just watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. That's really good. Hal from Wales. I'm sure Leanne the Warrior meant to say hello from Wales, but she just said Hal from Wales, like a threat. I bring you Hal from Wales. I totally get it that you've got Hal going on in Wales. Okay, if conversation's limited, entertainment sparse, take some Caramax, stick them up your arse, up your arse. Stick some Caramax up your arse, up your arse. Stick some Caramax up your arse. Yes, everybody. Bobby Biliano, Wagwan Pa, Tings Irie. I run Tings. Tings don't run I or we. Yeah, so I saw this coming a mile off. The people are going to get bored. They're going to stick confectionery up their arse and it's going to melt. They're going to need catch mats for that. So I've made these catch mats. You can get them at rw.com. I've got some tiny ones for like Mother's Day, some feminine sort of catch mats for mummies. And I've written a book. It's called Chocky Botty. It's very thick. It's about life sort of with chocolate up your arse. And also, if you buy this, you get the installment of yoga with the Karamak Up Your Crack video, but it's on VHS. So if you order that, make sure you've got a VHS player, because it's what I work on. It's what I work on. So if you want to do yoga with chocolate up your arse, which is what I'm saying, make sure you have a VHS player. Anybody see the article about me begging James Bond people to become James Bond the other day? So that's what happens, folks. They take what you're saying, like the catch mats. They would put an article in saying there really is catch mats for sale, and he's gone mad. What they do is they remove the humour bit and then just present it as something completely different. And people with lots of power have been doing that for the whole of my life. So they're in charge of the perception of me. Go figure. But hey, my arse is that numb, I hardly feel it when the cock goes in these days. Such is reaching 46. Can we have a patchy rap? Cue the lightning, start the thunder. Let me introduce you all to the band's boy wonder at last. The master speaker is back, laying you down with this funky track. I'm cold and bold, and yes, I'm freelance. So many rhymes, making other rappers be the best. Getting better every minute, every day. Better you with rhymes, what the hell can I say? My rhymes hypnotizing, the beat is paralyzing, and that is it. You realize it. If you're wondering what I'm doing, that's a rap that I wrote when I was in Take That. And I preferred this verse. It goes, let's break that lyric down. I'm cold and bold, and yes, I'm freelance. So I'm sort of self-employed is what I'm trying to say in that rhyme, I think. This one I like, though. Amazed how Take That's prankster stepped on the stage, became the mic gangster. Damn, why am I so funky? Comes in music practice of being a gold junkie. Fits in position just like the Kama Sutra. You got the energy, I got the moves to sutra. Going across the land, and it's funny. All the girls want to suck my dummy. There you go. That's that rap from the classic Take That song. Clap, clap, clap your hands now. Cold and bold. Yeah, I'm cold and bald now, Cal. This is cheering me up. I needed this, said Kristen Mary B. Wagwan, says Missy Leaper. Big shout out to the Mandem. Big up the crew in the area. Love how you can effortlessly jump between topics. That's what my brain does anyway. That's what my brain jumps between topics in the middle of sentences. Sonia Salamone says, the big man. And PM Callie says, oh, you're so cute. That's very, very sweet. What was I going to tell you today? Oh, yeah. Electrico Romantico. Yes, there you go. There's a song that I did with Bob Sinclair called Electrico Romantico. And the disco version of it is... Check this out. Electrico Romantico disco mix. The disco mix. I'll just play a little bit of this. What the fuck is happening? Shut up. Okay.
Workplace.
Just to play a bit of this. Check this out. Oh. Makes me want to touch myself. Makes me want to touch myself. On my cheek. On my lobe. Makes me want to touch myself. Makes me want to touch myself. On my jowls. Okay, what the fuck's going on? Everything's got to be automatic in your electrical romantico. No, I think that's the wrong one. This is the one that I wanted to play you. This is the one that I wanted to play you. This is... Shut up. Oh.
Everybody's got to be automatic. In your electrical romantical.
Trying to find its way through the static. Give myself some peace. Nobody wants that grief. Come on, you and me. We're gonna find a way. Yeah, and you, me, so.
Unplug yourself, let go. I'll be electrical romantical. I don't wanna be without you anywhere. Nobody does it better. I don't wanna be.
That's Electrico Romantico, the disco mix by Bob Sinclair featuring me, Robbie Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, from the hills of Beverly Shire, 90210.
You only live online.
You only live online.
Unplug yourself, let go, come be a friend of mine.
I keep your tan alive.
The water's warm and beautiful, just come outside.
You and me. Posh Ron. Good vibrations in the house each and every time.
Need me, so unplug yourself, let go. I'll be electrical romantical. I don't wanna be without you anywhere. Nobody does it better.
Heart Gold and a Rave of Soul. That's me, everybody. Just seen your video with Danny Jones, says Jody. Yes, UFO, UK. I haven't seen the video with Danny yet. Love that song though. Have you hid the tweezers? Are you on about my my eyebrows? In your soul. Yeah. What is this thing that's happened with eyebrows in the last 5 years? Like, it's 2020. And for like years of evolution, since let's just say since Jesus is born. So like year 0 to 2015, nothing about eyebrows. And then in 2015, everybody went, eyebrows! Like they just discovered them. What is that? We need them HD. We need high definition eyebrows. Is what? Why didn't we think of this before? Get on the phone. Tell everybody they need high definition eyebrows. Hey, listen. I think we've won as a species. If we've got to the point where we're just going, no, the fucking eyebrows. Duh. Yeah, I think that as a species, if we're now at the point where we've got high definition eyebrows, and there are shops dedicated to eyebrows. I'll say that again. There are dedicated eyebrow shops. We've won. Weather report from 90210. Over to Robbie Williams with the weather. It's fucking lovely today. Can you imagine? Like a sweary... Oh, by the way, I'll jump back into the weather, but I've got a very important announcement. Somebody said, hey, be careful. How dare you do the swearing? Children are watching this! Exclamation mark. Point. And to that I say, I am your sweary pop star. I come from down your way. And I might disappoint you because this is what I say. Fuck cunt, fuck cunt, fuck cunt, fuck cunt, fuck cunt. Thanks. So, yeah. So can you imagine, I'd really like a sweary weather report. It's obviously, over to Robbie Williams with the weather. Thank you very much. Today, in the south of England, it's been fucking shit. And in the north of England, just above the Midlands, it's pissing it down a bit, but it's trying to be sunny. It doesn't know what it wants to do. And of course, just Scotland's shitty right now with a mirth that's attached to the depressing element of the weather. Later on should just clear up, but fuck knows. I think I'd like that. Fuck knows. Over to Robbie Williams with the weather. Fuck knows. Who knows the fuck it's gonna do. Yeah, I'm a sweary pop star. And if you have complaints, you can find me in the comments section. Your comment section. Have some deeply held beliefs that need protection. In your comment section, your comment section. No subtlety, no nuance, no need for reflection. In your comment section, your comment section. I type what I type and then I get an erection. In your comment section, your comment section. Talk like me, cause I am perfection. I disagree completely with whatever you're stating. I've got my phone plugged in and I'm patiently waiting. I'm going to talk about me because I have my suspicions. I talk about me, but no one would listen in your comment section. Your comment section. Eh? Some people, right, getting some good jingles for Coronaoke. Sad news. I think Coronaoke might be coming to an end today. There, I said it. There. I've said it. How do you feel about that? No, says Shorty Kelly. Listen, it's been like 12 weeks, hasn't it? It's been 12 weeks. I don't think it'll be the end, but I just think I'll give it a break for a little bit. And jump over to the comment section. The comment section. Alumi Villa says, "Why? Yeah, I've been doing it 12 weeks, and I think that I'm a bit special, me." Cunting Hell says Cooper. I love Cunting Hell. Cunting Hell. It had to end at some stage, Rob says. JJ Moo. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I was just thinking last night, when you think, when you have thoughts, you love the attention, you'd miss us too much. No, I like having purpose. I know you were slightly jesting with me. I like having purpose. I like having something to do. Before these 12 weeks arrived on the planet, I didn't do Coronaoke every day. And, I get my attention kicks by performing when I perform and then being anonymous when I don't. So you love the attention. I know you're joking. It's kind of like my gig, attention and seeking it. It's kind of like, it's what I do. It's what I'm on the planet for, I started out doing Coronaoke genuinely as an altruistic thing, to give back at a time of need on the planet. They're going to need some entertainment in the shape of this guy. There's another thing that'll be taken completely out of context. And then it quickly became apparent that you were all keeping me company and giving me purpose. So it's simpatico. And since then, this has been a crutch and a mainstay of my family life. Every day in the hills of Beverly Shire. Cunting Corona, says Copper Knob 69. I need you and I love you, says Melissimo. You've given a lot and we appreciate it. Thank you, Jocelyn. And you have given a lot to me Anyway, let's not get sloppy. We have no gigs for a while, though. Yes, I know. Give yourself a little break for a day or two and then come back. Yeah, I think I might do that. How about that? Let's just put a pause in it. Let's not call it the end. So I played you a bit of comment section. I've got another project running alongside the myriad of projects that I've got going at the moment. So much is fucking planned. So I'm probably going to be as busy as I was when we first started out in Take That. Oh, this time I won't have a Salford van hire bus though. I'll have a private jet. What? I've got another project going. I've got another project going. I'm going to be doing a dance project at some point because there is a raver's soul in here and it needs to be expressed. Let's have a rave up and then I will get to the hits. My new project, live from the hills of Beverly Shire, 90210. You're listening to the MK Ultras. My name is Esco Pavlovar, and I am hardcore. Little project I've been working on. It's embryonic right now. But just thought I'd give you a little taster. Whistle Posse, make some noise. Raver, get off the speaker. You're blocking the laser. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, big energy in the house every time. I've got this idea where I could do a gig in the evening and then go from the gig to a nightclub. A DJ, do a set of DJing. Okay. Big shout out to Flynn and Timbo in my new band, the MK Ultras. Okay, so that's what's in store, ladies and gentlemen. I hope we go back to normal because I've got so many TV ideas that I want to do too. So many TV ideas. A plethora, a myriad, a smorgasbord. One or two. Why MK, Chicka Lady says, why not? Because we're in control of your minds. Yeah. Hey, the awakening, meanwhile, the awakening is upon us. Can you feel it? Lord of mercy. I hope we're just not all in an echo chamber confirming our own delusions. But it really feels like something special's happening on the planet while bad things are happening on the planet. Of course, we've got the corona, but, like 2012... when it was the end of the world because of the Mayan calendar. What if they'd got it 8 years too late? Huh? And we are about to transcend. We're about to transcend, everybody. Fucking, I really hope so. And I want you all come with me. Here's to us. Yeah. Interesting times. May you live in interesting times, was the Chinese proverb or the Japanese proverb. And look at us, all on the planet, all at the same time, when the most tumultuous thing happens. Maybe it's just random. Maybe it's just something that happens because it's the next thing to happen. Maybe it isn't. It's all conspiracy, says Pazza Pazza. Pazza Pazza. Buzzing me tits off, I'm buzzing me tits off, I'm buzzing me tits off. Pazza Pazza, my mate from school, Mill Hill Primary School. Known him since we were 6 or 7. Just been out having a drinky poo with the neighbourhood crew. Coming to you, yes please, love you, always have and always will. That is all, said Wendell's 87. Lovely poem. Jenny Hawkins says it's a natural reset. Oh, I fucking hope so. I really do. How long is that MK track? Do you want me to say 666 minutes? It isn't. I don't know. At the moment, it's 3:44. Flicking through music channels and relight my fire. Been on 3 of them. You know what that is, don't you? Coincidence. What's your name? Where you from? What you on? Says Karina Goddess. Yeah, man. Mill Hill Primary School. Before that, was at nursery in Dolly's Lane. Robert Peter Williams, ST6, 7HA. It was predicted by psychics, the orange presidents and COVID-19, somebody's just said. It's all interesting, isn't it? A new beginning is hopefully upon us, says UFOlogy UK. Yeah, well, I hope so. Can you sing The Whole of the Moon? Yeah, I can do in a bit. I'm in a bit of a chat right now. Bring back the hacienda, says Mike Dugadale. Means you're too truthful. What do you think of your president? I haven't got a president. Numb, exactly. Do you remember the Mac lads? Denver 80. Yes, I do. I do remember the Mac lads. And when I got the Mac lads albums, I was just like, I have been invited into a grown-up world and I absolutely love it. It's probably like 13. What people don't know, even the Mac lads don't know. I don't know if they use the footage or not, but I should have been in a Mac lads video when I was 16. They filmed it at the Wheat Chief in Stoke. And I had to tell Muttley at the bar to fuck off, I think. So if you're one of the Mac lads, did you know? Random fact, that was me. Pre-take that. Let's sing, while we're on the subject of new beginnings and transformations and elevations. Let's sing this. This is called Numb by me. And it's all about what I've just been talking about, really. says, this hits me right in my heart. Sometimes your best work is on Under the Radar, says Chick Lady. Yeah, because you're kind of like caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. You're like, oh, everything should sound like a hit. If it doesn't sound like a hit, everybody dies.
Connect with
And then when
remote
you're trying to make
workers
hits, some of your best work goes missing because some of your best work is a little bit more depth to it. Does that make any sense? Maybe I should just do an album with depth. Confuse them all. Yeah. Grazie, Robbie. Prego. Angel, says Paulo Torres. What do we know about Angel? What do we know about Angel? What's Angel got? Can anybody tell her what Angel has got? Angel? It's got an S on the end, hasn't it? It's got an S on the end. So, just saying. It's plural. What does famous feel like, Rob? Says JJ Moo. That's a very, very in-depth answer that needs to be given for that could fill a book. Fortunately, there is two on the market. One's called Feel and one's called Reveal. That's what famous feels like. I can't make it a succinct answer. But basically, elements of fame feel like, you know, when you're in a restaurant and everybody sings happy birthday to you when it's your birthday, and you just get that sinking feeling in your soul, and you're sort of like, I want this song to end. This feels awkward and uncomfortable. And, okay, now I can eat the cake. That's what fame feels like all the time when you're outside. It's like, this says awkward and uncomfortable. And when do I get to eat the cake? Success, on the other hand, feels absolutely amazing. Creating a project, seeing it through and have it be a success is incredibly gratifying. Having songs reach their destination, doing gigs and moving a great amount of people feels incredible. But if you want to know more, check out those books. Yeah. Yeah. To be honest, fame shit, success is fucking ace. And I love that. And I'm honored to have the ability to be 46 and still have abundance coming at me, you know. All I have to do is create these doors, build these doors, and then walk through them. And people are on the other side going, yes, we're willing to do that with you. And that feels really good. I'm very, very grateful. The second part of the question is, normal or famous, what would you prefer? Well, I don't think normal is something to aspire to. I know what you're saying, but the concept of normal freaks me out. Because I'm an eccentric character anyway, you know. When you're young, you're not allowed to be eccentric. You just kind of like, who's this dick? And then when you get older, you go, oh, I'm eccentric. I'm going to embrace this. In fact, next year, I think I might become a bon vivant. I've always wanted to be a bon vivant, and I think I might do it. But you're asking me, would I swap what I have for the archetypal normal? Nah. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. It comes with the territory. It goes hand in hand, and it's just part of the program. But if I had a different skill set that wouldn't acquire attention, but I would be as successful in it, yeah, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. But not many have such charisma as you do. A real star. Bless you, DJ Bingy Bingy. It's very kind of you. I love you guys. Even though there's incredibly shadowy, powerful people that are in charge of the perception of me and who I am, and they've, for the last 30 years, told you that I'm a bad person, you somehow have all managed to see who I am and love me anyway. And I really appreciate that. That's a big gift, So I'm very, very grateful. What would your advice be for someone that didn't know what they want in life? I don't know if I have any advice for that particular question. Get a dream, go towards it, dream big. I've been with you from day one, says Sani, 1974. I feel like this is a goodbye, says Callie Dugan. Yeah, like it is, Cal. I'm always about doing stuff. Robbie Talkative today, love you too. Yes, I am. Be yourself, says Tracy Oxenberg. Claudia Clematri says, I love you. Oh, bless you. Love you too. You're brave enough to be yourself. You are real and makes you special. Yes. Every aspect of my character has been questioned, maligned, shamed, misrepresented, distorted. And that's been colossally difficult to get through. Because when you have a negative attitude towards yourself and very, very low self-esteem, and you're having negativity presented to you going, your low self-esteem is just good common sense. You become imbued with an indelible smudge on your soul where you go, yes, I'm a bad person. I'm a bad person. I always knew it. But then you learn and you grow and you don't harden, you soften and you become more accepting of yourself. You look very content now, says Crazy Kaza. Kaza, yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. Very, very content. 4 children. Incredible wife. Lots of opportunity. I kind of kicked the addictive part of me down a different street that's more manageable because it will always be there. But the self-destructive aspect of it, the bit that was taking me to an early grave, I seem to have under control right now. At least today, I have it under control. Yeah, it's good. I often think that, you spend the second 20 years of your life sorting out the first 20 years, which kind of makes sense because now I'm 46. And I'm like, fucking hell, glad that's over. Hey, why did it take so long? Are you still arting? I'm not arting now, I've been writing songs. Donna Barlow said, that's good, I feared for you. Oh, bless you, Donna. Yeah, but I think the concept of what is out there is, in all interviews, people want to talk about mental health and sobriety, and that becomes the narrative of who you are in the general public, is some sort of person that's going from wall to wall and bouncing off them in some sort of unhappy mess. But the reality of my life has been very different since I've been 19 when I realized that I was an addict and an alcoholic. I've been trying to sort that aspect of my life out, and it's been really successful. I've been really successful. I've been good at sorting that stuff out. And, we're all different elements all the time. We're never just one thing to one person or even to ourselves. I'm waiting for you every evening, says Louisa Delaney. I have to say I love your honesty always, but tonight is particularly poignant for me. Yeah, I get asked why am I so I don't know if the word's honest. Why do you speak like this? I don't know. It's not until somebody says, why do you speak like this, till I go, am I not supposed to? I didn't know that you weren't supposed to. I'm proud of you. I'm a huge fan, says Lombardi. Well, you're still alive, so well done there. Thanks, Rachel. It's an age thing. We're going deep undercover, deep. I agree, you are the most open rock star ever. Well, there's elements of rock in there, I suppose, but it's called depth, says Kathy. 19, was so young to realize you got healthy so young. Good for you. Yeah, but it was a fight, you know, and I have a magnet inside me that pulls me towards self-destruction, so I have to guard against that. And you have many blind spots in your personality that can kill you, and they're blind spots, so you can't see them, and you just have to stay alive long enough to uncover them and understand them. You're great. Thank you. You are young. Most men struggle to open up. Love your honesty. Can imagine it helps opening up. Well, I've got to give credit to my mum. You know, she's always been one to say, tell me how you're feeling, and I've always told her. Honesty is best for you. Keep going. Thank you. Loving your chat tonight. Yeah, I'm loving it too. It's nice to go. You know, look, I've been in Coronaoke for the last 12 weeks, and it's been so much fun, and I get to tap into an eccentricity that's fun to put on and to delve into and to just feel whatever current takes me and go there. But when I come off Coronaoke, you know, I'm not dancing with chainmail on my head with Ida. We're just doing boring shit, watching reality TV show, and she's complaining about me farting. I'm taking charcoal tablets for that. They seem to be working. So yeah, what's your house name? Rob, Robbie. I'm Daddy. Or Papa, or Boo, or Boozy. Yeah. Boo? Yeah, I'm Boo. I think Teddy finds it funny when she calls me Robbie. Teddy's 7, and every now and again she'll go, Robbie Williams, with you? And then I look at her and she'll go, yeah, your truth, your recovery, and your journey. We are with you all the way. You're so great and a great daddy. Thank you. Yeah, I've got an abundance of love, and it's mirrored back to me through my children every day. Yeah. That's funny, says Amanda Squires. Yeah, Squires. Yeah. Robbie Williams, will you come and look what I did at school today? And then I call her Terry all the time. Her name's Teddy, but I call her Terry all the time. And I'm slightly disappointed that she's not annoyed by it yet, but she will be. She calls me Robbie Williams, and I go, all right, Terry, let's do that. She doesn't blink an eyelid. So you think Teddy will be a performer too? Yes. Teddy will be a performer too. Please say hello to my mum, Nicola. She loves you. Hey, no words how thankful I am for the last weeks. Yeah, me too. Are they always homeschooled? Well, they are at the moment. We would like a more solid foundation for our life, because we're kind of, we're a caravan just traveling everywhere. We're in nowhere regularly for very long. You know, this is the longest we've been sat put for years and years and years, and it's because of Corona, and it's a blessing. Your kids are blessed. Bless you, says Sani 1974. Yeah, but I'm very blessed to have them. Wherever I don't have to go to work, I always look forward to our lives. Yes, I love that you're happy today, same as me watching you. Do they make friends easy while homeschooled? Yeah, they do. Yeah, and they're such gracious hosts and so welcoming. When new children come in, they go, "Hi, let me show you this," straight away. They're sort of like, "Hey, let me show you these toys. What should we do?" It's so good to see. Spiritual events says, "Love this chat." Yeah, me too. Spiritual events, are they happening right now? Spiritual events are always happening, I suppose. Corona makes you realize that everything that we've always strived for is right here in front of us. That's true. Evening, Rob. What's the one thing you miss the most through all of this? So one thing I miss most, I think it's having the option to do something. Not that I want to do something, but it's having the option. That feels restrictive, is the knowledge that you can't. So I'll be looking forward to that sort of weightlifting, because there's lots of lovely stuff happening, and I've got so many more boxes to tick. There is a new avenue that I'm moving into, TV, and I'm very, very excited about it. And feeling like I can't do that feels restrictive. So I'm looking forward to when we can just have free movement and get about and go back to normal. We don't do that. We lifted that tonight. People singing in the streets. God, so cool, isn't it? We appreciate you doing this. Thank you. I'm really excited for the TV project, says Callie Dugan. What's your favourite bedtime story? Or do you make your own up? The Tiger That Came to Tea. A up from Stoke. A up. Where will you go first? Just depends. Just depends where and when and how. Any hints about the TV projects? Oh, there is literally so many. I've got 5 in the works right now. And it's such an early stage. I daren't talk about it. Have you read The Kids' Paper Dolls? My favourite story. No, I haven't. Corona is a bit like a blessing. I'm cherishing time with my boys before they move on to college years. Yes. Made me sad the other day when seeing about all of these people that were graduating from school and colleges, and they have to do it via Zoom or FaceTime. So sad. Can you speak some French words just for the Belgian people? Mais oui. J'ai acheté un livre pour y visionner en français, but I didn't read it. For those that don't know, I've just said I bought a book of French. I bought a book to revise my French, and then I said in English, but I didn't read it. Did you steal that shirt? If you do, you're taking the mickey. That's good. Say hi to Lindsay. Why so much consideration about I like to listen to you, but it's a little strange. It's because the period, I think. Huh? I wish you would be knighted. You deserve to, an OBE would be great. Yeah, but I can't be arsed. Can't be arsed. I feel like I have all of that stuff anyway. So I think if I was offered it, I'd be like, do I have to? I'd have to go somewhere. And I only need to go somewhere unless it's important. Time to sing something stupid. I'm trying to do, can you speak Arabic also? No, I can't. Yeah, I can't. Teach me. I can feel you, says Crazy Cares. Are you missing football matches? Yeah. Be nice to have football back. I would enjoy that. Which country do you like to live in? I live in the world. I'm everywhere, all of the time, all over the place. I don't consider myself having roots anywhere. The last time anything felt like home was when I lived at Hilbury in Greenbank Road in Stoke-on-Trent. That felt like home, and it still does. Everywhere since then, I've just been wandering. I've been wandering because that's where my life has taken me. Can you speak Netherlands? Lekker poepen. Citizen of the world. Is your children learning languages? Are you? Is you? Yeah, my kids can speak French. I can't even speak English. Would you like to find a home? Yeah, but one will come, you know. Yeah, one will come. Waiting for the next question, live from the hills. A song, Robbie, says Harry, me, Neil. I think people are digging me chatting for a little bit. Oh gosh, you look good. I'm from Zurich. You like my town. I do love Switzerland. Yes. Your home is Stoke, where your heart is. Yes, it is. I often think about where I'm going to get buried. And I have a beautiful wife from Beverly Hills. I'm not sure she's going to want to get buried next to me in Tunstall Cemetery. But I overlooking Banky Fields. But I was going to say I don't think she's going to have much of an option, but happy wife, happy life. Happy Jeff, happy death. Come live in Australia. I'd love to do that actually, but it's so effing far away. That 24-hour flight to get to work would be a pain in the arse. I love Australia and I love Australians. Scottish accent. No yellow drinks, Strasser. Okay. Are you going to sing advertising space in the show again? Maybe. Get cremated, then you can spread yourself around. I'm gonna get myself cremated. Please come back to Wiltshire. What's the most nervous you've been before performing, and how do you control your nerves? The most nervous I've ever been before performing is one show that I did at Milton Keynes Bowl, when things had jumped from small gigs to arenas, and then all of a sudden I was stadium sized. And I remember arriving at Milton Keynes on the tour bus and looking out of the window and seeing the tens of thousands of people that were there for me, and being absolutely petrified. To an inch of my life, just was not going to do what was expected of me that evening. And I can remember stood at the back of the stage telling my manager, David, may you rest in peace. Yeah, I'm not going on. Oh boy, you need to go on. Yeah, I'm not, fuck it, I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. Oh boy, you need to go on. This went back and forth for about 15 minutes. And the band started the intro, and I was still saying I wasn't going on. And he said, look, I've spoken to the insurers. If you don't go on, this is going to cost you 2.5 million. And I went, right, I'm going on. And I did the gig. I think the most important thing about nerves and feeling scared is experience and understanding. Because when you first get that overwhelming sense of fear and dread, that you're in a critical moment in your life where it feels like a death, and you haven't experienced that before, of course you're going to be drained with that, and taken away into those feelings, thinking and feeling that you're very, very unsafe. With experience and time, I realize that those feelings are a mechanism that give me the ability to go and do what I do. And yes, they appear real, and they are real. But with experience and 20/20 vision and looking back on them, I now go, oh, okay, this has happened before, and then I survive. If you do it enough times, you realize that you survive. And that's where I'm at now as a 46-year-old. I just go, oh, interesting. Thank you, nerves. I was very scared when I did the Hyde Park gig last summer, because I realized that that was a big gig in my career. I knew that for whatever reason, this particular show could sort of remind people that I'm a viable entity that does this thing that people like. And I was right. It was a big gig for perception. But that's it about the nerves. Not so much these days. A little bit. But I'm a lot more healthy with it. I realize that I don't have to expand on it. I realize that it doesn't have to run into a panic attack. I realize that, because like once you get sort of overwhelmed with that feeling of I'm in trouble and I'm not safe, you can echo that. And you then in an echo chamber of your own dysfunction and your own neuroses, and it just expands and becomes bigger and bigger before you're in a sea of shit. That doesn't happen these days. Cannot. Hyde Park was amazing. Oh, it was. But for me, it wasn't for the first 4 numbers. It felt like I was staring at 80,000 people that weren't sure. And that was terrifying. And then it had gears. It just seemed to have gears, that gig. I felt as though I was in reverse for the first 4 numbers. And then I found first. And before you knew it, I was motoring. It was incredible. Are you religious? Do you believe in God? I go back and forth. You know, I sort of... There are a wave of things, aren't there, on YouTube and on the internet with these videos that people choose to call woke and waking. And you try on different shoes as you grow up. And I think that atheism around about 2006, 2007 was kind of like, yeah, fucking it's indoctrination and it's a cult and it makes no sense. And yeah, well, you know, I was raised Catholic and yeah, God, Jesus, what? This fairy tale. And you'd put those shoes on, try them out for size, which is when I wrote Bodies. And then I'm sort of coming round the other way now, you know. It's interesting that when the coronavirus hit and it all started to look apocalyptic and I was worried for my family, the first thing I did was pray to Jesus. So I'm a bit of a shit atheist. Robbie Williams, shit atheist. Who knows, you know. I think I have a belief. I think I have a knowing. I think there is something else that exists that is wilder than our wildest imagination. But then again, that might be my own delusions and neuroses. And anybody that thinks that they have concrete evidence because they've seen some YouTube videos is deluding themselves. I think people get excited about the fact. People get very creative when they see somebody like me that represents abundance, and people don't like that. They're like, why is he getting that stuff? I fucking hate him for having that stuff. And then they get really creative about why that person shouldn't have that stuff. And there's a big sort of thing on the internet now where you have to be in a secret club to reach the levels that I've reached. Very demonic, satanic secret club. And it's abusive, that opinion, and makes me angry. So I work my fucking bollocks off to be me. And I've worked my bollocks off to get where I am. And I've lost a lot along the way. More than you'll ever fucking know. You know. And it's quite simple, the maths of it. You turn up and you get lucky. And then you work your bollocks off. And then you try. And then you throw enough shit at the wall. And then hopefully some of it sticks. And then it grows from there. And that's the maths, and it's as simple as that. There's no fucking secret club, you dickheads. And then you keep trying, and you keep experiencing, and you keep creating, and you keep going. You know. I think people sometimes hate the luck that you've been given. And I get it, you know, I totally get it. I guess if I wasn't me and hadn't been so lucky, I would feel the same way too. Because I think that people look at your outsides and compare them to your insides. And I get it, because I feel the same way. Even with everything that I've been blessed, I look at other people and go, fucking hell, why can't I have a bit of that? I think it's human nature, so I get it. I get it. You know, I have it too. Very proud of you, says Emma Hadaway. Thank you very much. No, Birth was the first concert. So you perform, you're amazing. You've done really well. I remember buying your first album on CD. God bless you. What a lovely, lovely soul. Bless you. Do you meditate? No, I shouldn't. I mean, no, I don't. I should. I did some deep breathing the other night when I didn't feel too good. And I've experienced being taken to a different place just by having the right breathing technique. And it was the most spiritual feeling I've ever felt. Higher than any drug. And natural. I've never been able to get back to that. But then again, I haven't tried. Because it was difficult. Had a shit week. I want to thank you for your positive support during this time. God bless you, Rob. Love you. You're my legend. Bless you. I love the love. Lottie Leserick says, I'm drunk. Cool. Was you scared with the earthquake? Nah. Jeanette's asking about the earthquake that happened while I was in Vegas. In my Vegas show, I start on a platform that's in the roof, and then it lowers down. While I was up on that platform, which is 30 foot above the band, there was an earthquake, and the platform started to sway like this. And I was looking down for some form of support, or what shall we do? But of course, absolutely everybody in the crew and the band were also going, what the fuck shall we do? I realised this, and through my microphone that couldn't be heard through the public address system, I shouted, start the fucking show. And we started the show and we just got on with it. I would have shitted myself, said Crazy Kazza. Yeah, I didn't have time. I didn't have time to shit myself. Yeah. Have an amazing day. Thank you for sharing with us. Pleasure. It's great to be able to share with you. Shall we... Vegas is amazing. Yeah, Vegas is fun, man. It's another feather to my bow. It's another thing that I could say I've done. Never been a fan, says Liebling Blondie, but it's great what you're doing in lockdown. Thanks. What is your favourite Robbie song? You need to do more stories like this. There's plenty of time. Plenty of time for stories. No singing today. Well, there was going to be singing, David, but then I started to get on a story tip. Started to doing some chatting. And decided to expose my soul. Get a few things off my chest. Explain a few things. Why do we have every time the same hairstyle? Why do we have every time the same hairstyle? MB lady, come to Austria. Okay, Will, love from Stoke. On a ragga tip. Bilge Kempsey, you mistake that. Yeah, I love my boys. We were on a Zoom chat the other day. Love seeing them. We share the same banter. We've experienced something that's incredible. And that experience bonds us. And there's an invisible string that pulls us back together. We needed that. Today's emotional day, it looks like. Just cried my heart out today. Oh, Judith. Bless you, darling. Favourite Take That member. It always sort of changes on a day-to-day basis. You know, there's something incredible about them all that I absolutely love. Jason Orange is one of the most brilliant minds I've ever met. And he's a pleasure to be in the company of. Howard is a funny fucker. He's just such a funny human being. And that's incredibly appealing. And Mark Owen's my brother from another mother. And Gaz, I've just, how he is, what he does, what he's capable of is just so admirable. And I sort of fangirl about Gaz. Because, I've written a few songs now myself. And I know the ability he has and what it takes to do that and how naturally he finds it. So, yeah, big fan. Alright. So, Jumble Man, thank you for this. Pleasure, babe. I've got to say that of all the pop stars, I'm probably the most humble. If there was a competition for who was the most humble, I'd win it. Love you, Jumper Robbie. Love from Witness. Thank you. Would you ever do Strictly Come Dancing? I don't have to. That's the thing, my career is in such a place that to take 8 weeks out of my life to go and do something like that makes no sense at all. But if I was in a different place, I'd be very grateful to be on it. Bye, says Yep, it's me. Bye. Would you do I'm a Celebrity? Same thing, Tasker J. I'd be very grateful to do it if my career was in a place where I needed to do it, but I don't. If you could meet anyone dead or alive, who would it be? Oh, I'd meet alive people, because dead people would scare me. I mean, I think the only thing I'd do I think the weight loss would be great for the jungle. I'd come out looking like 90s me before I got fat. Would you do Glastonbury? Yeah, I'd do Glastonbury. I'd like the opportunity to go and conduct the energy there. I think the grounds of Glastonbury are very, very special. They may hold some incredibly important earthly vibrations. And did his feet in ancient times walk on England's pleasant lands? William Blake, I'm paraphrasing, but that song's about Jesus. And was Jesus in the UK? Listen, sounds mental, but they're his words, not mine. Where is your favourite place to play? I'd like some earthly vibrations. Will come back to Israel? Yes. And the Minak Theatre, have you ever been there? Don't know what that is. Glastonbury is odd, says Lennon. Yeah. What's your favourite movie? Yeah, the first time I went to Glastonbury was in 1985, and I was in Take That. And the musical landscape right now has changed completely. Back then, there was very much a distrust and a hate for boy bands from people the same age as me that were male and into different kinds of music. And the shame attached that was projected from those people was immense and affected me. And turning up at Glastonbury was like the enemy. I was like the enemy there. It was like the whole of Glastonbury, like, what the fuck are you doing here? Well, I know I'm singing a million love songs, but I like this music. So it was a big turning point in my life, was Glastonbury, turning up there. And the truth is about Glastonbury, I sort of spent it hiding in a catering truck, having a panic attack. Bits of it were enjoyable. Some people wanted to beat me up. I remember a Scouser wanting to attack me. I don't know why. Do you eat WW ready meals? No, but I eat WW pointed meals. Are you still sober during lockdown? Yeah. I haven't had a drink for 20 years. Don't think I'll be having one today. Will you start back when it's safe in Melbourne? When did you last eat a chocolate orange? December. Somebody said, that's near on, Rob. That's an alarm. Do you have security then? I don't understand. Are you still interested in UFOs? Yeah. Yeah, I think I know everything that I need to know. I'm not as heavily involved with looking at stuff on YouTube as I was. I'm in different places right now with more of a spiritual bent than a UFO one. and the possibilities of where we can go, where humanity can go. Trying to figure out whether it's just delusional or real. So that's where I'm at. Contact your spirit guide, says spiritual events. Yeah, that's the thing, you know. Like people talk about spirit guides and channeling and hearing voices and being instructed to, and I have this secret that I must impart on the planet. It's kind of, I might be delusional, you know? It's sort of, the world is a very strange place. And sometimes we pick very strange things for the world to make sense to us. And I get that. But there is no way that I'm dying on a hill of any kind just because I've seen a YouTube video that says something bad might be happening. You know? Yeah, I don't share the same delusions. You know, I'm a very interested bystander trying to connect dots. Those dots may not even exist. You aren't delusional. What feels right to you is right to you in the present. And so it is, Sharon. It is right for you too. Wow, and you're a pseudo-intellectual, to the person who said that. Ufology UK, mate. I felt really honoured that somebody called me a pseudo-intellectual. I've never even got close to pseudo. So I know that was supposed to be a diss when somebody left that comment, but I was like, thank you. I take positives out of the weirdest things and negatives out of the weirdest things too. I remember some review of mine said, and he just has a veneer of credibility. And I was like, I have a veneer of credibility? Thank you. So yeah, when they called me pseudo-intellectual, I was like, I've never been ever been able to intellectualize anything in my life. It's not what it's not what I do, you know. There is I'm if you could have intellectual whimsy, yeah, I'd be high up in the ranks. Thank you for tonight's show, says Blondie007. Thank you. It's you bring serenity in my heart. That's really cool, says the real Mr. Freud. Chuffy and love you, Rob. You take the good from the bad. Yeah, I take the good from the bad. And I take the bad from the good. Have you been to Acapulco? Yes, I have. Do you have any celebrity feuds at the moment? There's a big topic in my mind about forgiveness and the complete understanding that forgiveness forgives the forgiver, but not being able to release myself from the anger and resentment of things that I choose to keep hold of because I must enjoy the energy. And it's very difficult to relinquish control of these things that bind us and cause us unnecessary suffering. You know, I put myself through a lot of unnecessary suffering when I can't relent and give up this need to be vindicated. But still waters run deep. I don't even know what that means. I just said it. So yeah, but like people sort of like go, oh, can't you just get over that? Well, I think that most people watching this now, if they bumped into that teacher from that childhood, would have a few choice words to say to that teacher, you know, and they will, even before they go into the grave. So yeah, I have my resentments and my need to be vindicated, but it just poisons me. Why have you stopped doing your artwork on Coronaoke? Because I got bored. Didn't want to do it anymore. That's how addiction works for me. It's like I get into something, I shine my light on it, and it's the best thing I've ever done ever, and I think I'm going to do it forever. And then one day, one moment, I wake up and I go, right, I'm bored of that, don't want to do that anymore. And I move on to something else. Were you and Oasis not big mates? Not really, no. We were in the same social circle. There was a vibe and an energy, sort of like Britpop and Cool Britannia was incredible to be around at that period of time. It's there's been nothing like it since. It's probably the sort of like the last great youth movement. If anything's come close to it, it's grime. Personal opinion. But the 90s were fucking amazing. They caused me a lot of mental damage, the 90s. But oh my God, what an incredible moment to be alive, riding on the crest of some sort of pop culture wave that felt phenomenal, you know. And Oasis were a massive part of that. So I was in, Michaela terribly pleased says you invented grime. I did. So yeah, so I wouldn't say we were great mates, but we knew each other. Thank you for the open, honest chat tonight. You're an inspiration. Thanks, Sharon. Pleasure. Alex James was on Sound of the 90s with Fern Cotton and said the same about the 90s. You should listen to it. Do you still speak to Anne and Dec? Yes, of course I do. Your parents did a very good job making you such a good person. Yes, they did. All hail Pete and Jam. Up the Vale, gutted season is over. Is it over? Is that the news? I've not been watching the news. Hola from Spain. Had my 3 kids in the 90s. Shout out for the mental health nurses during this time. Love you. Love you too. Great questions, everybody. Real thought-provoking questions that you've been asking tonight. So no more Coronaoke. Look, I don't know. Might have a few days off and come back. Might pause it for a bit. You're going to get on the golf course when you can. When I can, yeah. But I've got a very ill mother-in-law, so the golf courses, a few of them are going to be open, but I'm not going to be on them because I can't afford to get the bug. League 1 and 2 want to stop playing. Is money important for you, says Imagine Margaret. Well, I like getting paid the market value for my work, yes. Up until I had children, I didn't have any clue what I was worth, what money was, where it was, who had it, who was in control of it, who was in charge of it. It wasn't the raison d'etre for my career. My career was just the exploration of making a dream become alive. And I just kept turning up, getting in the car and turning up to these venues and TV stations, and my career got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I was there for the show and not the business, you know. Because the business made me really unhappy. I don't mean the money, I just mean the things that happened around it. So I was there for the show. When the children arrived, it was time to grow up and take stock of every element and aspect of my life and who and what I am. You know, because I can afford to be blasé with my own life and my own lifestyle. But when you're in charge of 4 souls, it is time to take stock and become a man and become a grown-up in aspects. So yeah, it has become important because now I have responsibility. The way that money works is absolutely fascinating. You know, it's sort of, no matter who you are or where you are, what you're doing or what you're achieving, the way that it works is a constant carrot in front of you. And, you know, I like having that carrot in front of me. Things need paying for. My lifestyle is fucking huge. I could downsize. I don't want to. I like my lifestyle. But I keep going forward for the time being. I think what happens with people in my position is they have a career and then at some point they go, fucking hell, this is costing a lot. And then they simplify their lives. And I think that's what I'm about to do, is simplify my life. It's gauche to talk about it, but it is interesting and a fascinating aspect of the world. This is why I don't think money should exist. I don't think people should be famous. I don't think people should be elevated higher than anybody else. Communism didn't work. Capitalism doesn't work. I think it all causes division and it's very, very harmful and the system is fucked. But I played the game. And I got very fortunate that I rolled 2 6s and it's just fucking what happened. But I wish there was another reality where none of this has to exist. You know? Everybody'd have to be in though. You know, everybody would have to be in. I'm not going to do it by myself. I don't know how to say in English. I always say we should live from trike. Footballers are overpaid, says Gigi. They're not. They're not overpaid. It's the market value for their services, you know. I kind of get what you're saying, but it's untrue, you know. Their ability and their talent means that they get paid what they deserve, you know. Deserve in brackets. I don't think anybody deserves the kind of money that I've got, or they've got, or we've got. I just think that as a working class sport, we can concentrate on it as working class people and go, how fucking dare you? So the money that's generated by their sport, where do you think it should go? If they're not going to do it for charity, that's not how capitalism works, you know. So you think that the fat cat that owns the club should be making all the money that their talent and the beauty of that is providing. the fat cat that owns it should be making it all. I don't think so. The truth is about footballers is that if they had the ability to play football and they were getting paid 500 quid a week, that's what they would be making, because they do it. That's what they do. But it's not their fault that they make that money. Capitalism is capitalism. Don't hate the game. Don't hate the player. Literally don't hate the player. Hate the game. Why are so many people pointing their fingers at them and being angry with them? They didn't invent the rules. You know? Look, Betty, yeah, it's not. The world isn't fair. It just isn't fair, you know? And there needs to be a shift, you know? There needs to be a massive fucking shift. And I hope that this is the period that the shift happens. I mean, I don't want to give all my toys back, but I will. I'll give all my toys back if everybody else is putting their toys back too. Do you miss your old life sometimes, says Siggy Thiel. You wouldn't believe how much I grieved for the person that I was. When the grieving process took a long time. But now I'm detached from the pain of that. And I love where I am, who I am. I'm very content. Caroline Sexton says, bollocks, would you? Listen, Caroline, I would if everybody else did. But seeing as they're not, I'm not. Yeah, so I grieve for my old life. But not now. I love where I'm at. I have nothing to give back. Got my 200 quid. Manchester and Mia Cali was awesome. Start talking about it. Do you give to charity much? Here's the thing about giving to charity much. If you say you do, people get angry with you for virtue signaling. If you keep your mouth shut, people accuse you of not doing something that you have done. So it's sort of a catch-22 situation. You know? The answer is yeah, I have. Fucking millions I've given away. So there you go. I've said it. You're not supposed to say it for some reason, but then people sort of like get angry with you. But that's my truth. And yes, I have. And those are the sort of things that come out after you die. Those things happen with George Michael. Oh, what a lovely man he was. He gave so much money to, and we didn't know. What a lovely man. Yeah, but when you were alive, you were berating him and shaming him for his sexuality. But now he's dead because it fits the narrative. We can all talk about what a lovely person he was. You know. That's how it works, unfortunately. Like I say, the world isn't fair. So part of the world not being fair. We just have to play our cards the best we can with how they dealt. You know, it's like, yeah, I felt tremendous guilt about the position that I found myself in. So I gave a lot of it away, you know, because I thought that was what you're supposed to do. And I suppose it is. So I did, you know. But I think what's more important, which I don't do, this is where I fail, is giving time you know. I suppose going, here's this big pile of thing, relinquishes the guilt of not putting your time and energy into something that's worthwhile. I do think that at some point in my life, if I stay alive long enough, I'll do something spiritually important, you know. I've got a few ideas ticking along. Did the right people get it? Yes, Steve, they did. Yeah. Let's just put it this way, you know, charity begins at home. So it went to Stoke-on-Trent. I've lived without money, and with money, it really doesn't bring happiness. It just makes the journey, though, a bit easier. Yeah. Yeah, it does. I know when I was the most happiest, though. I know which decade I was the most happiest. It was the 80s. I didn't have a penny. Yep, that's what I'm going to do, spiritual healing. Are you scared to die? No, I'm not scared to die. I just don't want to. Such an explosive topic, though, isn't it? 80s, yay. And also, like, when you're talking publicly about these things and things are taken out of context for monetary gain, the abuse that can come towards you. I find it interesting during COVID, the amount of times I've heard people say, I don't believe what I read in the papers. I don't believe that shit. Unfortunately, people do. And I do too. I saw this thing that was trending, a couple of things that was trending on Twitter. And it was trending because of a news article about certain people. And I read the news article and I knew that it was completely made up. Completely. And it became so inflaming and triggering to people that 6,000 people tweeted their hate about the content of what was in this article. 6,000 people were inflamed and triggered about an article that was completely made up. But to them, it was completely real. It's fucking scary. I've seen that twice. It was the only time I looked. It's true. Where's the real truth about Civic? What's that? How'd you cope with fame and jogging from being a youth into stardom? Your album is every day. Your art is special. Thank you. Have you got any pet? Yeah, I work closely with Don Louise through the fan best. And any ideas what I should get? My tattoo, Robbie. But just because you read it in the magazine, see it on the TV, doesn't make it factual. No, but, you know, factual things do happen because of these made-up stories. Thank you for Coronaoke. It's been great. Thank you. I love your honesty. Thanks, Karen. What about Tommy Robinson? They make up so many lies about him. Ooh. That's, I think I will sidestep that one. Do you feel a lot of pressure? No, not now. That's why I don't watch the news. Don't read it. Don't need the anxiety. That's what I've done. That's what I've done. I've not read a single article really, other than when I was on Twitter figuring out why people were angry. I don't watch the news. I don't put my energy there. And because of that, I've not been psychically attacked in that way. Should we do some singing? Well, what a deep... Do you like Twiglets? No. I've stayed with words you give me at the start of this. Live in love and don't feed the fear. Yeah, since the start of this, I haven't. Okay, Andy Goldstein. Send me a thing. Are you watching mine or are you saying that I should come on yours? Yes, please. Stay chatting. All right, yeah, sort of like... Yeah. Have you watched Out of the Shadows? Of course. Half an hour after it came out. Have you watched the UK one? What was I going to tell you? I was just going to tell you something. Oh yeah, a perfect example of how perception can be formed by taking something out of context. Remember the birthing videos from Charlie with me and Ida? Well, there was 6 videos that were sketches and comedy that me and Ida were doing, both of us together. And the joke was, imagine if you were this person, how awful that would be. Well, that was Andy, I'm on my own live. That was the joke. But then the comedy was taken out of it and it was presented as, look at this awful person doing this awful thing. And that was fed into the public consciousness. And people went, yes, what an awful person that person is. Weird moment in my life. They were hilarious videos, thank you. Yeah. Yes, Pete. If you see them in context, you totally get it. And if you don't get it, then, your humor valve is missing. But those videos sort of become part of the lexicon of stuff where people point to it and go, see, he is a dick, And I sort of have to make peace with those kind of things because it can be incredibly shaming. But know this, they were jokes made by me and my wife, And then there was the sort of let's chat, I miss you. Andy, I'm on my life. Hold on, everybody. And then there was the sort of the one at New Year where I sanitized my hands. Here's the gag. Every show without fail, I go and touch the audience. Then I go to the back of the stage, pick up some hand sanitizer, squirt my hands, and to the audience, I go, ooh, every gig, without fail. It's what I do. It's our joke. Remove the comedy aspect from that, put it out there as something that I was actually doing, and it becomes yet again another one of those things where, look at him being a cunt. So you sort of have to be like water, as Bruce Lee says, and kind of dodge things. It's very different. So I suppose that if I was incredibly earnest, I wouldn't have any of these problems. But I'm not. I'm silly. I love the energy that's involved in being silly and being ridiculous. And the more ridiculous, the better. I won't stop doing that. So there'll be more of those times. I just have to become an impartial bystander of the perception of me. Never stop being silly. I can't. Shal Hume said, I wish I had self-confidence like you. Well, the thing is, confidence has never been real. But what I've learned just through experience is that I'm incredibly brave. And I think through being brave, you learn to be self-reliant. The confidence is bluster. It's bluff. It doesn't exist. But I'm fucking brave. And I think that most people out there can be brave. I think we all have the ability to be brave. You see, the confidence is probably not going to come, but fuck me, you're brave as fuck. We all are. Look at us, what we've been through, where we are, what we've achieved, how we've managed to stay here. So fuck confidence. Just be brave. Charlie Elaine said, rather be brave than confident. Yeah, well, you get an option. You do get an option. You can choose to be brave. You can't choose to be confident. Listen, what a funny turn this... what a funny turn this Coronaoke has taken. What a very, very deep conversations we've had. Andy Goldstein, come on, let's chat. I love you. Mate, are you on my live or your own? Andy Goldstein trying to get hold of me. Love Andy Goldstein. This has saved me a fortune in therapy sessions, Shayna Costa. Yeah, me too. Was going to, as you were not yourself from the start. There's a lot of different selves. You know, different aspects to who I am. I'm not one thing. I'm Robbie, I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm a boss. I'm a friend. You seem a bit flat. No, I'm not. I'm just contemplating. I don't think you can contemplate and vibrate at the sort of frequency that you normally do. People are responding to it though. You know, I can perform and be eccentric and sing and make up funny sketches and do all of that. Or I can sit back and answer some questions and have a real thought and have real thoughts about real things. You know, when you're having real thoughts about real things, you need a moment of reflection. And if that appears flat, then it's not. I'm very happy talking about these things. I get an insight into my own mind when I verbally say what's going on in Radio Rob. So I'm very grateful. This is a tranquil moment to meditate on the meaning of life. And I'm really enjoying it. Hey, listen, the kids left homeschool 20 minutes ago. So I will take this moment to thank you for your company over the last 12 weeks. It's been lots of fun. I'll probably come back and do another Coronaoke. It might be Monday. I don't know. I'll see where the fancy takes me. But much love, everybody. It's been so much fun. You've given me so many ideas. Oh, Andy, well, I can't see you. If you put up, have you put up a message, Andy? Because if you have, it's not appearing. It's not appearing in my comment section. No subtlety, no nuance. Andy, I want to, but I need to see your message in my comment section. I'm a fan of K-pop on One Direction. My need to be offended is immensely immense. So give me some content. You know it makes sense. I'm telling all my friend, she'll be here shortly. She listens to Dido and she's kind of portly in my comment section. He's probably blocked himself. Maybe. Andy, I can't see your messages. Big love for the Coronaoke. Thank you, everybody. Hey, I haven't eaten anything. Is this the end? I don't know. Don't know, Steph. Maybe. You have to select me. Yes, Andy. But I've got to see your message. Am I being frightfully middle-aged? I have to see your message to select you. And your messages aren't coming up on my screen. They might be coming up on your screen, but they're not coming up on my screen. If I saw your message, I would select you. I'm waiting for your message. I'm waiting. Crikey, it's nearly 2 hours. Andy, where are you, Andy? Andy, I'm going to go and get some food. Yes, I will probably be playing golf later on tonight, but as normal, I have to know how the lay of the land is before I make that decision. Okay, everybody. What a fitting way to finish off this High Steadfod with some deep and meaningfuls. I can't see you, Andy. I'm waiting. Just seeing Andy's message, but I'm not seeing. Andy, have you got a blue tick? I'm waiting for a blue tick. Select the arrow. I don't get it. I don't get it. Have you got a blue tick, Andy? I'm waiting for the blue tick. It's not arriving. Okay, Andy, I'll speak to you later. Much love, everybody, from the hills of Beverly Shire, 90210. Your message isn't coming up, so to press onto it, I need to see your message, and it's not coming up. That's what happens on Instagram. Some messages come through, some don't. Some people see their own message and think that I've seen it and I haven't. Okay, I've got to go be a dad. Love you all, genuinely from the bottom of my heart. The love is immense, and it is felt, and it is appreciated. And I take it with me, and I put it in my back pocket, and I will keep it with me for life. I always do. Thank you for being there for me and with me whilst we experience this thing called life. You genuinely mean the world to me, and without you, this whole process would have been unbearable. And by this process, I don't mean Coronaoke. I mean the last 46 years. God bless you. Take care. Have a great weekend.